Hi, this is Mike. Welcome back to Tesch Valley. I'll show you a quick video today. Received the voltage meter cars. I thought it was a custom run from Mr. Muffin. Come to find out it wasn't. I could have swore it was when I first pre-ordered it about a year or so ago. I was looking for one of these, and when I saw that they had the Great Lakes Power and Light, try to stick to my Michigan theme, I had to pre-order that one. So that one arrived here yesterday or day before. And if you watched my shorts from last Sunday and Monday, I went to the Detroit Area Auto Modelers Club show over on Macomb Community College. Been to that show 3 or 4 times now. And although it's a model car show, and the video that I posted here a couple days ago showed all the models that were on display that were in the competition, they have a big toy store, or toy selection, Hot Wheels, all kinds of die-casts, and that's the main reason why I go. I've always found really weird, rare, and quite frankly, die-casts that I never knew existed. You know, looking on eBay or Trains.com or any place like that, looking for specific Pontiac, specifically for my Pontiac dealership, or GMCs, or just something a little bit odd and unusual. So I think if you watch the shorts, my favorite car that I found, probably spent a little bit too much, but I didn't know they made it. And I think I got it for a good price. They're going for about $50 or $60 more on eBay. And that was the 1978 Trans Am Type K, or the Camback as they were called. And GM built 2 of these in 1978. And there was a private collector that owned a couple Pontiac GMC dealerships. The gentleman lived near Lapeer. He has since passed away. But when I was a member of the Michigan Wide Trackers chapter of the Pontiac Open Club International, he invited our club to tour his collection. And at the time, it was quite the collection. And he had one of these prototypes with the wagon back. And I fell in love with it at that time. And I had my 98 Firebird Formula WS6 Ram Air at that time. And right about the time that the Firebird and Camaro had a facelift there in 1998, I think it was a 1999 Trans Am that was modified into the Hearst Hauler, that kind of dark burgundy car with the wagon back on it, and I loved that car. And they also built some in the 80s too, with the wagon back. So when I saw this on display from Pasteiner's, I had to grab that one. Another one that I've actually had a couple people question, and I didn't know, I've never heard of this brand before, but looking them up since then, Lindbergh 1973 Grand Prix. Again, 1, it's a Pontiac. 2, it's a 1973, the year I was born, so that was a double whammy for me. So that was kind of unusual. It's kind of a lighter, kind of a cheaper plastic model, but hey, it fits with the theme of Pontiac, and again, it was 1973. This one, I don't know. It said it was the right scale, and maybe it is, because Beetles are always small cars, but 1970 Volkswagen Beetle. I love the blue one. I've got a couple other Volkswagens on the layout already, but I just saw that one sitting there, and it was a good price, so I had to grab that one too. Another one's kind of unusual. 1973, again, had to grab it for the year, and because it was unusual. 1973 Chevy, I don't know if it's going to focus in, otherwise I'll maybe post the video from the short. Chevy Bel Air, and not crazy about the color, but hey, it's a 73 Chevy, stick with my GM kind of theme. And actually, this is a little bit higher quality model than the Grand Prix there, but again, 1973 Chevy Bel Air, big old land yacht. The next one, I'm always looking for Oldsmobiles. I'd love to find a 64 Olds 98 two-door hardtop diecast, because I had one for a while. It was my grandfather's car, and I've been looking for the car for years, and I can't find it. But 62 Olds Fiesta Dynamic 88 wagon. I mean, there's a detail on this. I'm worried that I'm going to break the mirrors off, or I don't know if you can see, but there's a thin, I think pencil lead has got more diameter and thickness than the antenna that's on this car, but the luggage rack on top and all the details in the door handles, the interior, I saw that sitting there. From the same guy that I bought the Cadillac Castilian wagon from last year. That's one of my favorite cars too, on the lid, just because it's so unusual, and knowing the history behind that Cadillac. So I went to that guy's table first and found that wagon. The other guy, they had the 73 Grand Prix. It's a little bit big for the layout. But when I was growing up, there was an old Ford Edsel sitting out in the field, rusting away. And come to find out years later, I met this guy when I was going to community college in Escanaba. And that was his house, his yard, and that was his Edsel. So I used to tease him all the time, when is he going to get it back on the road? This one's pretty detailed. The hood opens up, the trunk opens up, the doors open up, and it, like I said, it's a little bit bigger than the other cars that I bought that day, but loving that Edsel. And then that guy that owned the Edsel that was sitting out in the field actually became my college roommate up at Michigan Tech for 2 years. So he's still back in the UP. I'm down here in Metro Detroit. So let's see who ends up with the better deal. He got to stay up there, and I'm down here. And as far as the other new rolling stock, I mentioned the Great Lakes Power and Light. Love that car. The blue and white really kind of stands out. And today, Patch Trains did a custom run of some tankers by RMT. We can get into RMT quality again. I ordered 2 of them. I didn't want to go crazy. I don't have many tankers on my layout, but it's the Dow Chemical Company. Again, Michigan theme. And this is the second and third RMT cars that I have in my layout. The other one was the Sulak Centennial car, and I think I mentioned in the video the metal catwalk on the top that had come off during shipping, so I had to glue that back down. The only thing that I noticed on these, and I think even my other tanker that I bought, my sound tanker, has these little thin wires that go around the outside, and they're never snapped in to the little holders here and back here. So on both of them, one of them was popped out only on one side, popped that back in, no problem. The other one, it had popped out of the hole right by the ladder to go up, and was out all the way around. So that took a little bit more finesse, but they snap right in. So for the price of these, the quality, I still say, is much superior to Menards. The couplers are better. They lock in nice and tight. I'm going to run the trains here in a little bit, but number 2 and number 3 of RMT rolling stock on my layout. So that's the new stuff for this week. Looking at when I ordered these almost 2 years ago, and I'm still waiting for Patch Trains did Sioux Line custom run wood chip cars, but the wood chip was like open on the top. It was kind of like it looked like a boxcar with the top chopped off. So I think I have 2 of those coming in soon. A whole bunch of stuff from Mr. Muffin that's on pre-order that, initial projections, they should have been here by now. And here just a little while ago, I don't know if everyone in the hobby is realizing that these tariffs are affecting us. Sounds like both MTH and Lionel are raising their prices now to pay for the tariffs that are being implemented. So anything that you have on pre-order through your local train shop, you're going to be re-invoiced, sounds like. I think Lionel was like 10% higher, and MTH was adding 7%. So I do have a lot of stuff still on pre-order. Most of it's from Mr. Muffin, including 3 engines, 2 diesels, and a steam. So, yeah, that tariff's going to add a little bit of price to those. It sounds like it'll basically balance off whatever discounts your train shop normally gives you. So that's kind of a kick in the butt for the time being. But hopefully we'll be able to get through that and get back to more balanced trade. But here I'll run the trains here. I took off some of my ore cars, put those back that I ran for St. Patrick's Day, trying to do the Irish red theme. And I did buy my Killians that day. I had to go to 3 different places before I found it. They used to be everywhere. Now it's getting harder to find. So maybe people aren't drinking Killians as much anymore. So I've got the voltage meter car, Great Lakes Power and Light, and the 2 Dow Chemical tankers behind my Pierre Marquette, number 730, the F-19 Pacific. I still have my Tesch Valley Railroad boxcar, and I left some of the ore cars on there. And I still have my U.S. Thunderbirds diesel on the layout, along with the new U.S. Thunderbirds lapel pin. I'm addicted to lapel pins. All of my Boston Scallies and my Stormy Chromers and all my hats always have hat pins on the sides and on the front and the top. So the U.S. Thunderbirds, now I have a lapel pin on my hat. So stay tuned. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Last week or so, we went up by almost 10 people. So thank you very much. I think last time I checked, we're at 461. So without further ado, let's run the trains. And until next time, this is Mike. Thanks.
dispatcher. Going to sign the register book. Out.